This is Nelson Pereira from bnetTV. Welcome to the Mobile World Congress 2013 in Barcelona. And this is Douglas Suriano from Tekelec. How you doing, sir?
Oh, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you, Nelson.
It's always a pleasure to come here, and obviously I'm always happy to see your company. You guys are an amazing company in this industry, and as always, every year when I come, I always learn something new because you guys are always being very innovative. And more importantly, for our first-time viewers, can you talk to us about your company and what role they play in this ecosystem?
Absolutely. So Tekelec's been in business for 41 years right now. We have focused initially for about 20 years on the SS7 signaling space, and then recently we've changed our focus to diameter signaling, enabling 4G network rollouts with policy and diameter infrastructure for really the LTE market and the service provider market.
Obviously, the LTE market is starting to grow more and more every year. It's pushing beyond where it was in the 3G market, but now it's expanding beyond everything else, including new locations where they were not even having 3G. They're pushing themselves directly into the LTE market as a strategy point. And I'm pretty sure your company is right behind them to help them provide that information. And if they want to reach out to you, I guess key questions would be is, one, what is your market coverage in the world? And second, for how many years have you been doing this?
So in the SS7 space, we've been doing it for about 20 years. We're in 300 customers, service providers in 107 countries around the world. So since about 2010, our LTE focus has really been focused in North America initially. We've seen expansion now in Asia, in Japan, in Korea, where LTE seems to be taking off. It's just now starting to take off. I think 2013 will be a focus in Europe as well as in Latin America. So everywhere we are in the 3G world, we're going to be moving to LTE.
Having said that, one of the key things that I see where your company not only plays an incredible role, just like you mentioned, those countries, is those rural areas, they're not even investing money on putting cable or anything like that. They're just rolling LTE directly, doing triple play, providing video services and voice services as well, everything under one platform. And having an experienced company such as yourself, not only does it play a key component portion of it, but it makes the right investment for those countries to call you up.
Well, one thing we've seen with LTE, it truly is a global standard. There's not a lot of variance out there. Obviously, spectrum's going to change, but the core of the network where we play is the same in every geography. The kinds of services that the subscribers want to roll out, again, are the same. They want to be able to provide that data infrastructure to have broadband data available to the subscribers, as well as voice over LTE deployments that they're starting to heat up. So it's the same applications you're going to see running everywhere in the world.
And more importantly, what brings you to MWC 2013 this year?
Well, this is one of the best shows for us every year. We have a lot of customer meetings, a lot of coverage. This year we were particularly excited because we announced the Thinking Network. It's a four-phase strategy that starts off with what we call the new diameter network. We announced it last MWC, where you have diameter signaling, policy, PCRF, and subscriber data management at the core of the LTE Evolved Packet Core. The second phase is taking that EPC and putting it in the cloud. We call it Cloud XG. The third phase is to actually tap into vast amounts of subscriber data in the network with analytics, and we call that the mobile social phase. That's whenever we start enabling some exciting services on the phone. Mobile advertising comes into play there. We also see quality of service and Wi-Fi offload management being a key part of that phase. And then finally, we call the phase 4 the thinking networks, where we introduce software-defined networking into it. So not only do you have the elastic cloud for your EPC, now you have an elastic network that expands and is flexible to scale to the demands of providing a digital lifestyle for our service provider customers.
And finally, let me ask you a question, especially this is a question from a host to a company such as yours, where does cloud, because one of the things that I've been hearing a lot in this conference is not only just cloud services, because before we just heard cloud services and creation of cloud services in the market to take care of a host of pretty much people out there to their cell phones and everything else. But this year, I've been hearing a lot about the marriage between cloud services and M2M devices. And not only does it require providers to revamp their infrastructure, especially on the LTE market, but more importantly, what role or what does the company such as yours, Tekelec, sees in reference to that future?
So we see M2M traffic increasing immensely in our service provider customers. We think that the Internet of Things really is finally coming to the forefront. And the issue with M2M is you have lots of devices, and there's very low cost, low revenue, low ARPU per device. So the service providers are challenged to have a very low-cost infrastructure to service those devices. That's a perfect application for cloud infrastructure. You can have pools of resources that you're easily able to bring into play to service the M2M business, and typically you don't have to worry about latency as much with those kinds of customers. So you can get away with with a little more flexible infrastructure. It's a perfect application for the cloud.
Especially when all the information, when those providers or those people who need to do analytics of their data is already in the cloud. And the time it took them to get that information, it's not delay problem, but also to be able to have the network to bring that information to the cloud.
Exactly. And what we've seen is our customers trying to they're going to take the data from the policy infrastructure, from the diameter infrastructure, and send it right into an analytics platform where they can actually see in real time what's going on inside that cloud. They can actually look at the events that are going on there and make real decisions about capacity, about service levels for the M2M and for all their signaling traffic in their EPC.
Well, Douglas, thanks so much for spending time. I see the industry, especially coming here every year, changing and drastically changing. But the infrastructure itself is changing, the services are changing, and Tekelec is actually there to meet that demand. And with such a experienced company such as yourself, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be hearing not more from you guys, but I'm going to be hearing more innovation coming from Tekelec.
Absolutely, Nelson. We're real excited. It was very nice speaking with you, very nice getting out the message. We believe that thinking networks is going to be the key. And the bottom line here is providing that digital lifestyle that we know those digital devices and subscribers really want to see in these future networks. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Douglas. And this was Douglas Suriano from Tekelec, and my name is Nelson Pereira from bnetTV at the Mobile World Congress 2013 in Barcelona.